This is Hung Yen Chicken Farm. It was purchased by a Vietnamese man, and he purchased it from Johnny Moat. Johnny Moat was the farmer who Artemis Powell, after the plane crash, Artemis Powell climbed out of the wreckage, came through the woods in the swamp, and made it up to Johnny Moat's farm. And Johnny Moat was able to get the rescue squad down to the crash site, which basically saved the rest of the band. All the survivors this is Easley Road. All the survivors that were alive when the rescue squad got there survived. The 6 people that perished in the crash died on impact from what was believed to have happened. And we have a Lynyrd Skynyrd fan lives here. And now we are coming up looking for the monument that was placed up several months ago for Lynyrd Skynyrd. The crash itself, the crash site itself is back over here in that corner of the woods. You can see the chicken houses, and all the way back in that corner, about 200 feet, is where the plane went down. It was trying to make it to an open field. And we are now arriving at the monument. Wow, this is it. We have people here. Well, this is the monument, and it's quite awesome. It's granite. It's got a storyline that tells about the crash information you don't normally hear. They raised over $60,000 to build this. Local people from Galesburg, Lynyrd Skynyrd fans from across the country, and Judy Van Zandt, the widow of Ronnie Van Zandt, and they put it all together and built this really cool monument for Lynyrd Skynyrd. The crash site, we're going to try to make it to the crash site. It's right back over there. I don't know if they'll let you in there. I know the guy, Hung Yen, the Vietnamese guy with the farm over here, I don't know if he still owns it or not, because for years he wouldn't let anybody in here. He wouldn't let anybody go to the crash site. But now they got a monument here, and from what I understand, they are letting people to the crash site. So we'll see if we can get down there anyway. But this is kind of a must-see. It really is. I know the camera's not doing it justice, but it's really quite beautiful. It looks like we're right on the line here, but that's awful muddy down there. We've gotten a lot of rain in the last couple days, and I'm not taking a ship in the mud. We're going to have to regroup here. Go around this way. Okay, I have scanned the entire area here on Easley Road, and there is no access road that takes you back to the crash site. So you would have to walk, and this is still a working farm, so the signs won't let you into the farm itself. That will get you close to the crash site. Your easiest way is going to be to have to walk through the woods. And or have an ATV or a four-wheel drive, small, four-wheeler or something is about the only way you're going to get back there if you don't want to trample through the woods. But right here on that far corner, you see the hen houses, and in the far corner of that field where the trees are and the land meets is where the plane went down. Probably about a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from where we are right now, and this is kind of the wooded area that you'll see. Now I'm going to turn left here off at Easley, back onto 568, and try to get another look angle the crash site. Yeah, I've heard of this road. P.P. Wilson. Yeah, P.P. Wilson Road. This is... Be it right there. Get out and take a look. That would surely, there's Johnny Moat's chicken farm over there. So that would be the kind of the area. See what we can find out. Maybe we can venture in there. Okay, we tried hoofing it, parking Showboat, and tried hoofing it, and it's just too wet and mushy. Trying to get back through there. We want to alright, this is where we need to go. but it's very wet and muddy. We can't get Showboat down there. And I tried walking it, and it's pretty soggy. And it's a pretty good ways down there, so I'm going to go back out on P.P. Wilson Road and go down a little further and see if there's another way into the crash site. Because actually, the crash site is down through those trees just to the right in the woods. Pretty thick wooded area. But we're not going to give up. We're going to try to find it. If not, that's okay too. Sometimes things like that are better left undisturbed. But we thought we'd give it a go. So anyway, we're going to go back on the road, see if there's another entrance in. Alright, peace out. Okay, well, we've checked every possible avenue in there, and it just doesn't seem passable. You definitely need a four-wheel drive, like an ATV, a recreational vehicle or something to get in there. The main road off of P.P. Wilson is probably the best access area. We tried getting Showboat in there, but it was too wet. We even parked it and tried walking back in there, but because of all the rains that they've gotten in the last couple days, Louisiana, Mississippi, the swamp water was high. There was a lot of standing water. We would have had to really get, muddy to get in there. So, as much as I wanted to go see it, I got a couple 100 yards from it probably. That's going to have to do this time. But it's really a great monument. It has a little bit of the story about them coming up, the plane crashed, and what kind of a band they were. And I mean, there's no doubt they coined the phrase Southern rock, even though the Allman Brothers were out. Actually, the first Southern rock band that was out was the Flying Burrito Brothers with Bernie Leadon and Graham Parsons, and then came the Byrds, and then it was like the Allman Brothers, and then the Marshall Tucker Band. Marshall Tucker had an album out before Skynyrd did, but none of them were called Southern rock until Skynyrd came out. And Skynyrd, with the 3-guitar attack and the way they just mixed, the rockabilly and the Southern style blues, and it didn't sound like blues, so it was rock and roll, and they didn't really have a term for it. So with Skynyrd, they called it Southern rock, and then they threw the Allman Brothers in there, the Marshall Tucker Band in there, and the Flying Burrito Brothers and the Byrds, and they were all very accomplished bands, but Skynyrd was the band that coined the term Southern rock. So yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due. I think they were the greatest Southern rock band ever. Just imagine what they would have accomplished. You don't know. And just like Croce, died in a plane crash, and he was very young. He only had 30-something songs out, so who knows what Croce would have done. But in the same turn and in the same respect, you got to give it to him. And it's just really an honor to be here in Galesburg, Mississippi. Actually, it's right outside of Galesburg in a little index called Magnolia. But it's really easy to find. They're letting people back in here again, so I don't know if Hung Yen, the Vietnamese chicken farmer, sold it or whatever he's doing, but they did get a monument space, and but I wish they would put an access point in or somewhere, since they are letting people go to the crash site, and they're even metal detecting there, but they're letting people go in there. Put an access road or it don't have to be a great road, it don't have to be a paved road, but something that they can drive and get back relatively close where they don't have to walk a mile through swamp and stuff and brush, and let them go, let them go and pay their respects, not just at the memorial, but at the actual site. where they perished. And but anyway, as far as my journey goes, this was one of the places on my trip, and to be able to come here on a beautiful day like it is today, and sun shining in Mississippi, and it's warm, and you know, for January 25th, 2020, it's, you know, relatively warm up here today. So like I said, it's a great honor to be here. One of my favorite bands. The music was just astonishing and will live with us forever. So if you get a chance, you know, come to Galesburg, Mississippi. It's a very small town out of the way. The local people just are wonderful. They embrace the fact that there's a Lynyrd Skynyrd memorial here. They honor it, they love it, and they're glad to be a part of that history. So anyway, this is Steve singing with Showboat. Peace out. Glad you be a part of the video today. Take care.